dum da dum dum da 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 dum da dum Gary dum 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 da da dum dum. Hey guys, come on in and get settled in. I am going to go post the document, post this on our page. Hopefully, this is making sense to you. Let's see. Hopefully, you can hear me. All right, edit page. Dun, 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 dun. Need to go to link to join. Link to join. Delete. Shift. Paste. Shift. Link. I bet a few people went to the wrong link. I got to get that off of this page. Update. Yeah, that's ready to go. Let me delete Monday here real quick. Cut. Update. Go here. Let's go put this here. Hey, Lynn, how are you? You are very punctual. I'm running a tiny bit behind today. I thought I was doing good, and then all of a sudden I was out of time. I don't know how that happens in life. I seem to be fighting my calendar and time and everything on a virtual 100% basis. So I don't know. Luckily, I am non-essential. So let's see. There's that. All right. Update that page. I'll come back and fix that. I don't remember what I was doing with the color. Let's see. Hey, Kat, you're early. Well, I'm late. So between you and I, we're right in the middle. We're dead on. Glad you're here. Glad to see you, Kat. Let's see. Sandy's in this afternoon. Yay, that's exciting. Let me get this microphone. Let me ruin your speakers at your house by messing with my microphone here. Your speakers in your house are messed up by this microphone in Denver, Colorado. Isn't that something to think about? It's crazy. And then people say, oh, I wished I lived in another time. No, you don't. All right, let's see. Who else logged in? Sandy, Terry, Renee is in today, as always. Arlo, good to see you. Back in the ukulele groove. Hey, Lanny, how are you? Lanny, I hope it sounds a little better for you. Yesterday you were a little scratchy, and so hopefully today it's sounding a little bit better. Let's see. You are not. Oh, thank you. You're very kind. Yeah, it turns out one of my jokes here in Denver is there are no ukulele emergencies. And the reason I say that is I have a significant number of, they're not crazy, but they're just short of it. They're just at this level of so gung-ho about ukulele and about getting everything a certain way that they turn things into emergencies that I don't think are emergencies. And so I tell them all the time, there are no ukulele emergencies. And that usually calms them down, right? So, yes, thank you for thinking I'm not non-essential. Hey, Brandon, welcome in. Music is essential. It's amazing how important it is to us, isn't it? It doesn't make any sense, but music, I read a book a couple of years ago, Your Music on Brain, or Your Brain on Music, and it talks about how far down in our essential functions that the music processing part of our brain is. Apparently, from reptilian function type thing. So apparently it's super important. And you don't meet anybody who doesn't like music. That's what's interesting, right? Let's see. Carol, my audio just died. Am I the only one? Uh-oh. I hope it's just you, Carol. Come back, Carol. Usually just relog it if it doesn't, and usually that solves the problem. Let's see. Hopefully everybody else is looking good. Chris is here today. Lanny's all good. So the sound is good. So hopefully that's Carol can relog and solve that problem. Phyllis is in today. Red. Tough You for Harvest Moon. Oh boy. Remember Harvest Moon? What a great song that is. Arlo put a lot of time in on that, and then I don't think it made the cut. So but yeah, it's a good song. Maybe I ought to do that one of these days. Put one of that, put a Gary version of that together. Not to steal Arlo's thunder, but Let's see. Oh, Carol, you're back in. Okay, good. Hey, the link is posted under Monday. Yeah, I went. I quit. I very quickly made that link go away. Laurel, I apologize. I try to get that done first thing in the morning. I was busy writing music for tomorrow this morning. Well, the truth of the matter is, I couldn't sleep last night. I was up half the night, and so I ended up getting up late, and I only had time to do one thing or the other. And I was more worried about getting the sheet music done than getting the website updated. And so, yeah, but it's fixed now, Laurel. I apologize about that. Let's see. Who else is sneaking in here today? Where did I leave off? Annie is here. Hi, Annie. Christine. Beautiful downtown Bozeman, Montana. I don't know if you're in downtown Bozeman, Christine, but I like to say that. I think it makes it sound very sophisticated. Ignore seems to be right after I refreshed. Okay, yeah, yep. Thanks, Laurel. Let's see, Kathy, good. Welcome in, Kathy. I've been getting your emails, and I do apologize. I am a week behind on emails. Okay, I will. I don't stop sending them. I will get to them. Let's see, Elizabeth. Hey, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, you're another one. I gotta read some Elizabeth emails here, and I'll get caught up. I will. Vicky, keeping up the Bozeman crew. We're gonna ruin Bozeman, Montana, with all of this fancy ukulele stuff. Fran's audio's good. Hey, Greg, welcome in. Greg was running late yesterday. Let's see. Pauline is here. Burke is logged on. Jackie is here today. Jerry. Hi, Jerry. Critter in from Utah. Let's see. Oh, Tom, you're back. Yay, Tom. We've been missing you. Oh, Tom was here yesterday. Oh, okay. Tom keeps it secret. He doesn't want to say, hey, without backup. You don't want to walk around. Well, things have changed. When I first started playing ukulele, honestly, you didn't want to tell people because they honestly would make fun of you. And guitar players were by far the worst. Oh my God. They're like, oh, that's stupid, blah, blah, blah. And, so you had to have a little bit of self-esteem to play ukulele. These days, of course, the guitar players are starting to look at what's going on in the ukulele world. So I think, things have gotten substantially better for us. Let's see. Leslie, welcome in. John's here today. How wonderful. All right, guys. I got in a little late, so we're starting a tiny bit late. Let me open up the thing. Someday I'm going to go through and delete all of the beginnings of these of me just busy yapping, but then who knows when. But anyway, Hi, my name is Gary. I am a ukulele teacher here in Denver, Colorado, and I am broadcasting today from the lovely and historic Grant Avenue Theater mezzanine in Denver. I already said Denver, so that's where I'm at. By the way, I'm not using this as an excuse of why I didn't. So last night I didn't sleep well. So then I got up late. So then I didn't get the website updated. So then I didn't answer any emails. And I was busy rushing around getting your sheet music ready for tomorrow, which is Here Comes the Sun. And I want you guys to buckle in because you remember Jazz Week? Do you remember how demoralizing Jazz Week was? This song is not that bad, but it's pretty close. So the part of da 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 dum da 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 dum da da dum dum, that part's going to be fine. It's all these little doodly do things in there that are going to test your ability to read eighth notes and to be all over the fretboard really fast. So this will be a good song for you to work on speed and just getting the whole thing put together. And somebody's calling me right in the middle of the broadcast. Do they not understand how important this is? So I've got that coming for you. I should have it posted probably 4 o'clock-ish or so today. I got to finish the tough uke line on it, but I'll be getting that to you. It's a good song. It's going to be fun to play. It's going to be hard, and I'll have that up for you here in a couple of hours. Like I say, I was just finishing that up when I got in. Second day for trying it. Loved Imagine in the same time zone. Oh yeah, hey Stephen, welcome in. Glad you're here. And Linda got in here from California. But here's what's funny. This is the only thing I'm going to do, and then we're going to play music. Every night at 8 o'clock in my neighborhood, I live in Capitol Hill here in Denver, and it's sort of a highly densely populated area. And every night at 8 o'clock, we have this go outside and howl I think it would just start at Howl at the Moon, but then they decided it was for healthcare workers. Anyway, every night at 8 o'clock, it's quite a big deal down in my neighborhood because there's a lot of high rises there, and there's a lot of people in this area. So there's quite a bit of howling that goes on. And one of my friends, Bill, who occasionally logs into these lessons, every night he plays a song on his trumpet, and I just we go out, we listen to it. It's awesome, it's wonderful. He's been getting really big cheers and stuff from the neighbors, and so that was that. And then I probably have told you guys this. In fifth and sixth grade, I played trumpet, and so I've been all like kind of jonesing for my trumpet days, and I haven't played a trumpet since sixth grade. So the other day, I ran into Colorado Honor Band is in the same building here, and nobody's been coming around because of the virus, but that one of their previous director showed up, and I was telling her about that and how fun it was to hear this, and then I wish that I had a trumpet. Well, I'll be darned if last night she comes by with this. Dun, 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 dun. It's a flugelhorn. So I'm not going to use that as an excuse not to have work done for you guys, but just know I blew 3 notes on it last night. Took it home and cleaned it up last night because they rent these to kids, and it's probably disgusting. But so I went home and cleaned it all up, and I got it out, and I blew 3 notes in it, and my wife comes out of the back room. That's not going to happen around here. She was kidding, of course, but it's yeah, it sounded horrible, and it was a lot. So, all right, so that's the flugelhorn story. Probably every one of you on the list, right, has your story about your elementary school band and some really sad story about why you're not still playing music in that fashion. And so in order to fix that situation, we're going to make you the best ukulele player that exists in your neighborhood, probably in your city, possibly in your state. Guys, if you will do this, what we're doing is a lot different than other ukuleles players are doing. Most ukulele players, as you have figured out, are singers, and they do a tremendous job with chords and strum patterns and really just bringing the ukulele to life, but it always requires them to sing. And we're going to take you guys, most of you are already there, but a lot of you are newer to these broadcasts and are just trying to figure everything out. Playing it instrumentally is fairly uncommon, and it's much harder than playing it the other way. And you are going to end up with such great skills. You may be the best ukulele player already in your neighborhood, but you for sure will be if you just keep coming around and stick to this. It really works. It's a really great way to play this instrument. And the other ukulele players, will be like, what are you doing? What, I don't understand that. And when I started teaching, when I started developing this method, I talked to a lot of other ukulele players, and at the time I said, hey, do you want to be involved? And really they didn't want to be involved because it's just so different and so much more it's just not their thing, right? They're perfectly fine with strumming and singing, and they should be. There's nothing wrong with it. But what you guys are learning is that next level where very few ukulele players fear to go or tread to go. What's the saying? They don't go there. And so you're hopefully already that you're doing stuff that's pretty crazy. All right, I can't have that go down any lower, or you'll see I'm wearing shorts today. And I am not really a shorts guy, but that's what it's been 85 degrees here in Denver, kind of. So I thought I'm going to go crazy and be a hippie and wear shorts. All right, let me see. Let's talk in here. Tenor sax, all-state jazz band. Christy out there in Utah is a serious musician, and so it's kind of fun that a lot of you guys put over here what instrument you had on when you were in high school or middle school or elementary school band. Jana in from Waco, Texas. How exciting. We got a pretty good contingent of Texans that come around here. We're going to fix Texas with this thing as well. So keep it going. Sandals. No sandals. I'm not that much. Actually, I have 2 pairs of sandals and I do wear them sometimes. It's I feel like I'm violating the laws of nature. All right, so we're gonna key of G arpeggio today. The first arpeggio you guys get taught is the key of C. That's the one where we have those basic chords that we know, and then I'm spending a lot of time talking to you about the claw. And key of G continues that process of now we're going to use some different chords, not necessarily harder chords. There is a couple of bar chords in here that we got to work with, and we're going to turn your ukulele into this great we're going to turn your daily practice routine into this great warm up session with these etudes. A very brief advertisement. If you go to Jolly Roger Ukulele and you go to the menu and you click on that, if you're on a phone, you click down, right? But if it's a computer, they're across the top. Go to the menu and click on teachers. Teachers. Is it teachers? I think it's called teachers. Teachers. Okay. On that page, you will find the Jumping Flea Arpeggiator. It's all 30 of them. Along with that, you'll also find all of the sound files for that. If you haven't already downloaded it, you should. It's free. It's the best arpeggio book ever written for ukulele. I wrote it, so I might be biased. I don't think I am, but it's good. It's got beautiful tunes in there in every key, in every position up and down the neck, and in all the possible chord shapes that I could possibly cram into 60 pages. And it's something that I'm super proud of, and I know when I watch students and they start falling in love with ukulele, they start being more and more interested in that particular book. And I have several advanced students who honestly, they'd be perfectly fine just playing out of that book. Okay. The first 10 of those are in keys you're actually really going to run into from time to time on ukulele. So the first 10 in there are very important. And don't go by the order in the book. Go to the back of the book where it says suggested learning sequence. Those 10 arpeggios are really valuable to you as a player and as a musician, as a thinker of music, to get you really well beyond just playing what's on the page, but to get you to understand how music fits together and how it really works, and to get you such great right hand skills that you will be forever better than everybody else, right? And so that's what I want. So it's free. Go get it. Okay. Now, key of G arpeggio. Let's take a look at the sheet music. Let's figure out how we would attack it. Generally speaking, with arpeggios, I recommend in your practice session, you open up, you play an arpeggio, whether it goes well or whether it goes poorly, doesn't matter. I don't want you to get great at playing the arpeggios. I want you to get warmed up with them, and they will help get your fingers doing the right thing. Today we're in G, and so what we want to do, if somebody played accordion, Sandy, did you play accordion? That's the other instrument I'm wildly jealous of. I really want to do that. Elizabeth was on flute, clarinet. We usually run into a lot of clarinet players. Let's see. Oh, yeah, play clarinet. Yeah, a lot of clarinet players running around in our world. Now, let's run through the chords on the key of G. Make sure you're cool with them. Okay, G chord, index finger here, middle finger here, ring finger there. Okay, and then E minor. You can just put your pinky up here and it magically turns into an E minor. Most of us are going to just go ahead and refinger everything, index, middle, and ring like that. That's E minor. Okay. There's a C chord in here, again, here. Now, a lot of times when you're coming out of an E minor and your next chord is a C, you might go ahead and just drop your middle finger down and play it, okay, instead of going back into your normal position. That's okay to do if there's a reason, okay. Next chord on here, measure 4. You got your D chord, index, middle, and ring, and those are all on these strings. Again, I have a concert ukulele. It is too small for me. So you'll see how crammed in my fingers are there. Most adults should be playing a tenor ukulele. Okay. Next, then you got a G chord, E minor, then the whole thing repeats. Here's where things get a little messy. Slide all the way down to measure 13. Okay, measure 13. Now remember back when we were working on B flat and you're like, I hate B flat. I'm going to only play songs with no B flat in them. Well, that's not the right way to think. The right way to think is I'm going to learn how to do B flat. Now, what I have shown you here is a full bar on 3 with the A shape in front of it. And that's really how I'd love for you to play that type of bar chords. I'd love for you on almost all bar chords. There's one exception, but for the most part, all bar chords, I'd just love to have you do a full bar and then add in whatever fingers in front of that bar that you need to make the chord. Okay, that is a C chord. And I know when you met this C chord, you're like, that's the greatest thing ever. I don't want to know about any other C chords. Well, we have lots of other C chords, and this is one. Okay, bar chord on 3, A shape in front of it. It looks exactly like your B flat, except that it's up here on 3. And those of you who learned your B flat with partial here and these two, that also works, right? So that's perfectly fine. Partial bar And there's that. Okay. Again, I much rather you just learn to do this bar chord. It'll just serve you so much more for all of your other chords down the road. And so let's do that. Then let's go on to, oh, there's a viola player. Chris, I didn't know you played viola. That's exciting. Um, that's measure 13. Okay, that's a C chord, right? And in this case, you have to do that one. That's what the music's telling you it wants. And then here's what's exciting: to get to your new D chord, you just slide that up two frets. Okay, that's the power of bar chords. You only have to know one shape, and you have lots of choices of where to put that to create lots of different chords. Measure 14, it's a D chord, okay, but on measure 13, it's a C chord. And then not in this song, but it is also a B flat chord sometimes. It can even be your A chord. So that's how bar chords work and why they're super popular and super important for those of you guys that are getting to that next level and you're like, well, I'm gonna play that C chord now for a while instead of that C chord. Okay. Yeah, there's reasons why you would use one over the other. Most of the time, it's because the melody's gone way up the neck. But you got to know both. You want to know both. You don't have to, but you should. All right, let's see what other chords are in this thing. By the way, notice at the bottom of page 1, there's a repeat, and that goes back to the beginning. Okay, so it goes all that repeat's going to take you. We're going to play that first page twice. That's what we're going to do. And the other thing to notice at the beginning of measure 9 and the beginning of measure 15, there's double bars. Generally speaking, in music, those are there to let you know, hey, you're entering into a new section or a new idea. It's kind of hit or miss whether people use them or not. I mean, I'm pretty sketch about whether I'm going to put a double bar in and when I hit a new section or not. I'm trying to do better with that, but a lot of times it's just window decoration. It doesn't mean that much. Notice at measure 23 through measures 30, you got one note per. You're not playing any chords through there. You're just playing the melody, and then that's when you want to drop into that positional playing. So notice the first note's a 2, and then there's some 5. So I might play that one in second position rather than playing it in first position and reaching my pinky up. I might just play it in second position, and then I've got a finger on that 5. Getting up to 10, 10, 9, 7, that's the hard part. Double check you know where your 10 is. On ukulele, the dot here, sometimes your dots are on the side. This ukulele has them on both, right? I got dots on the side of my ukulele, and then I also have dots on the front. A lot of ukuleles will do one or the other. Not often do they do both, but this one happens to have it both places. If you don't have them on the top here, you may want to go just get some stickers, and you can actually buy stuff on Amazon that are official fret marker dots. But it's really a good idea to put those on there. I have seen a lot of people just put a smiley face sticker or something on there. You want them on 5, 7, and 10. Ukuleles, they show up on 10. Now, this is one thing that drives me bananas. On guitars, they show up on 9 because it looks prettier. Ukulele, it's correct. That dot should be on 10 from a music theory perspective. That's where we want that dot. And so ukulele's got it right. Guitarists got it wrong, as usual. Okay, so no, I'm just don't come beat me up. I know guitars are fine. So just make sure you know where your 10s are. 10, 10. Whoops, that's 12. 10, 10, 9, 7, 5, 7, 2. Okay, so that's going to be a section where you're going to have to probably look away from the music and just keep an eye on your fingers to make sure you're hitting those right. And I do apologize. I got. My phone's going bananas. Sometimes when it goes bananas, it's you guys telling me that I'm disconnected. So I do try to check that. All right. Now, measure 31. On the first page, we are going to be plucking everything. On measure 31, now we're going to switch to that glissando, okay, the thumb down playing. Okay, so just be aware that that's going to happen there. Every measure has one chord, except down at the very end, you're going to have to do bump, bump, bump. Okay, and you got two chords in measure 39, and then you've got when you get to the end, you've been doing all this glissando playing, this beautiful thumb down strum from measures 31 through 38. When you get to 39, you're gonna have to get back into claw position to do that correctly. Bump, 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 bump. Okay, and also notice I did this. I shouldn't have to do this as a ukulele teacher, but we have to remind a lot of students when you get to that last note and you hit bum, don't take this off right away. Okay, don't let this Let it ring. Let it ring. We have almost no sustain on ukulele. Let's take advantage of every little bit that we got. Okay. All right. You ready? Let's play from top to bottom exactly as written. We will play the entire first page twice, and then we'll play through to the end. Okay. So 2 times on page 1. What time is it? Gotta hurry. Here we go. No. Today's Beatles song is actually pretty easy. All right. Nothing's easy in music. It's easier. From the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. To the top. Let it ring. Whew, we made it. Okay, let's do it one more time. It's a good song. It's really flows very nicely and it keeps your left hand busy while you're really trying to stay focused in on that. Let's play it one more time. I think it's worth it. Okay, I like this song. All right, let me just peek and see who else snuck in here. Perfect pitch when someone tells us the chord. Greg, come on. Hi, Gary. Can't play behind the wheel in Nebraska. I'm telling you, Nebraska's a problem. Hey, Barbara. All right, we're going to play key of G arpeggio one more time. This is and then you'll be warmed up and ready for some Beatles. From the top, grab your G chord to get started. 1, 2, 3, 4. the top. There. Nice, right? I just realized the fan was running. Okay, that's a good song. You should work on that. If it was going well mostly, then you're in really great shape. If it felt like that was kind of fast, you can play this song in half speed. It's absolutely fine. There's no reason why you have to play things super fast. It's better you play things slow and get the prettiest tone that you can out of rather than trying to rush through everything. I see that happen with students all the time where they want to play at the speed of the original recording and then they mess that. They just make their lives miserable. And don't do that. All right, let's go to All My Loving. Let's see who's logging in here. Oh, thanks, Louise. Yeah, it's a very pretty little tune, right? I've gotten emails from all over the world on that book, and people thanking me and being very kind and very nice about it. But the thing you got to know is if experienced musicians, when they get all of that, they know what it is and they're delighted, right? And so I get, from fairly legit musicians sending me a note saying, "Hey, that's a really good book you got there. Thanks a lot," and that makes you feel good when you are actually contributing something to somebody else feels like, yeah, that's a good thing. So I'm aware of one typo that still exists. Well, there's one typo that I got to fix in the book, but other than that, it's pretty decent book. For you just to play through it on a regular basis. Let's see. Alan showed up. Fun. It almost sounds like a can. Yeah, a little bit, right, Linda? A lot of these old school etude type stuff are built around the idea that you go to music conservatory and they spend all this time teaching you your scales and your arpeggios and all this nuts and bolts. The same stuff I'm teaching you guys, right? The difference is that they're using real instruments or using something fancy that they got, and they spend a lot of time on that. And ukulele, we're always just trying to play whatever pop song happens to roll along, and we don't spend nearly enough time really digging into that kind of old school learning techniques, and that's what hopefully I'm giving for you guys is an opportunity to get the nuts and bolts together of this whole project. All right. Let's see, website announcements. Yeah, the memberships thing seems to be working pretty good. I'm getting every now and then I'm getting a few emails saying, hey, something's not going right, and I'm trying to solve those. I am, guys, way behind on emails. So if you sent me an email that says, I don't know. Right now, you got to have a PayPal account, and then you can go just click on membership or subscribe. You click on subscribe, and you can become a member of that. And I'm going to start putting songs up for those for members only type songs on the member pages. And what I will be happening is right now, like Beatles Week, we're going to go ahead and put these up on the main website for this week. But then after that, I got to take them back off because I can't just have that copyrighted stuff laying around on our website. And then that stuff will end up in the membership section. So stuff that's modern is going to end up in the membership section, and stuff that's traditional will end up on the open forum where anybody can use that. So you don't have to become a membership. You can become a very fine musician without that. But honestly, probably to become a member is super cheap. And right now, and if it gets where we're so popular I can't keep up, then I might change the prices. But I don't see any reason why it is. I've kind of set it up to be automated. Right now, you have to have PayPal to do it. And I know some of you are under the notion that you don't want to own all of this modern stuff, but that's at the moment that's the only way I can do it. We're going to look at ways where you can maybe send a check or something like that in, and then we can go in that direction. But still got a little bit of work to do on that. Mostly, I got to read your emails first, and then I got to see about the next level on that membership thing. Well, I'm going to add in a forum on there where you guys can come in anytime you want and just chat with each other. That actually looks like is a pretty straightforward process to add that into there. And then, so we're going to be doing all of that stuff. And I think it's going to be I want to build a community here that's about playing ukulele the hard way. Honestly, I think that it's the one thing that's missing in the ukulele and continuum. There's lots and lots of people who are excited about this, but we just don't have enough top level stuff going on. And so hopefully this will be a great place for you to get in and be that person. Let's see. You liked all the arpeggios. Vicky likes all of my arpeggios, and Vicky knows what she's talking about. If Vicky likes it, you should like it. All right, Beatles. Today's song is easier than the arpeggio. Okay, that's going to all change tomorrow when you get a hold of "Here Comes the Sun," which I will have posted later this afternoon. You want to get it early. It's going to be a little bit of I don't know how to put it. A couple of years back, I wrote it out for baritone for one of my private students, and he's a huge Beatles fan. He's sort of the guy that's leading he keeps sending me, hey, let's do this one. Hey, let's do this one. Hey, let's do this one. So I usually just do them for him, and then they sit in my computer. And so most of these are started off as baritone things for him. And sometimes I look back at the stuff I give him, and sometimes I'm throwing it together at the last minute, and it's been rough. But you guys are getting the really cleaned up, nice, pre-tested version of stuff. And so I actually think that you're going to have a really fine collection of Beatles stuff. And by the way, we're only doing the songs this week, but that doesn't mean we can't regularly have a Beatles week. I know that lots of you guys are in that age group where that band meant something to you. And I don't tell people in Denver this, but I'm actually kind of a fan of theirs as well, even though I didn't grow up with them. Just as a musician and studying the stuff they did, pretty impressive group of songs they got together. They also wrote number 9, and so they didn't hit all home runs, but it's really a very pleasant type of music that is approachable, and yet there's a complexity hiding under there that's worth working on. Let's talk about chords first. Okay, as we usually do. You got your D minor. For those of you who are still in that strumming and singing phase, okay, index finger here, middle finger here, ring finger. D minor is just an F chord with your ring finger added on. Okay, so there's that. Then after that, we drop those straight down. Don't get too excited. Just drop those 2 down and becomes a G7. Okay, close your eyes and I'll kiss you tomorrow. Okay, so when you go to your C chord, it's right there. And then A minor's up here. Da, 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 F chord there, and then D minor again. Measure 8, there it shows up. Dun, 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 right? If you prior to hanging out with me, you'd be like, well, I'm not playing that song. No, you're just going to do a B flat. Okay, that's the B flat I want you to do. Okay, this is the B flat most of us do, partial, and then the A shape. But it's just better to go ahead and teach yourself to do the full bar. And no, guys, that's okay. That horrible sound that you're going to get a lot on B flat, it is okay, because one day it just goes away. Okay, you got to build the strength of this hand. That muscle right there is going to be necessary, and you may or may not have that yet. Let's see. That I don't remember, but I think that might be it for chords. All right. Generally speaking, I don't sing the next level songs because you know that it's not going to go well. But um, let's give it a try. I'll sing a little bit. Okay, get your chords on. Let's see. They wrote 540 songs, so there's got to be something for everyone in there. 540 songs. 540 songs we have to choose from, and you get 4 of them this week. So that means we only have. We're not going to do number 9. That'll be 4. That'll be 5, and so that means we have 530 left to 535 left to go. So I don't know how many weeks that is, but we'll be good. We're set for the rest of our lives for having a Beatles week on a regular basis. We will never run out of Beatles tunes. And so here we go. I'm going to sing. Close your ears. Never good. 1, 2. Close your eyes and I'll kiss you. Tomorrow I'll miss you. Remember to always be true. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And then while I'm away, I'll ride home every day. And I'll send all my loving to you. Back to the top. I'll pretend that I'm kissing the lips I am missing, and I hope da 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 dum dum 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then while I'm away, I'll ride home every day, and I'll send all my loving to you. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. All my loving I will send to you. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. All my loving 3, 4. Darling, I'll be true. 2, 3, 4 to the top. Close your eyes and I'll kiss you. Tomorrow I'll miss you. Remember I'll always be true. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And then while I'm away, I'll ride home every day. And I'll send all my loving to you. 2, 3, 1, 2. All my loving I will send to you. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. All my loving, darling, I'll be true. Second ending. All my loving, I will send to you. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So not a great job singing, of course. You knew that was going to happen. The harder part of that is remembering to read your repeats right. Okay. So the first time you go play through 17, then you go back. Okay. Second time through, you don't play 16 and 17, then you play 18 through 27. Then you go clear back to the beginning. The third time you come through, you do the first verse again. Okay. Which is typical with Beatles. A lot of times they will go back to that first verse and sing that a last time. And sometimes they'll change it up just a little bit to mess up your repeats on your paper. They didn't care about how many pieces of paper it was going to take me to type it out. So we'll sing that first verse again, and then you skip 16 and 17, but you do play from 18 on into through 25, and then you skip 26, 27, and you play 28 to the end. And I do think I got the repeats up there pretty close. Looks like they're a little bit off. So I'll double check that. I'm going to put a circle around that and double check. Looks like I got a couple of things I can go through and adjust, because it says 27 to the end, which isn't true. It's 28 to the end. So let me check those repeats on that top corner. Okay, so the repeats are off. Thanks, Fred. I will fix those. Okay. Now I think the MP3 is right though. I just don't think I fixed. I probably added in a measure and then I see, and then I don't have the measure numbers right either. So that's what I did is I went through and I started messing with measure numbers, and all of a sudden everything's off. So I'll repost a little bit cleaner version of the repeats on here. Now let's not worry about that. Let's go through and practice the melody. Okay, so again, first position, we got ones and threes, twos and threes right off the bat. Then we're going to be going to fives and sevens. So you might think about going to fifth position to get your fives and sevens. Okay. And that shows up, that's basically the main part. We don't ever go above 7. So probably fifth position. So you got index finger and ring finger, 5 and 7s. You can do fourth position, which puts your middle and pinky on 5 and 7. One of those will be more comfortable for you than the other. And there isn't a right answer to that. Just find the way that works best for you. Okay. All right. Now, I have this sudden urge to send a message to my high school boyfriend. Yeah, the message is that he's going to go away and then he's going to write home every day. No, he's not. No, he is not. He is not going to write home every day. Those of you who have had your heart broken. By the way, even if you got texting, you're not even going to text every day. Come on. Let's be honest. What was they thinking? All right. We don't want to accuse Lennon and McCartney of being liars. All right. From the top, we're going to play the melody, just the straight melody. 1, 2. 1, 0, 1, 3, 0, 2, 3, 5, 7, 7, 5, 3, 0. 3, 3, 3, 2, 0, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 0, 3, 1, 3, 0, 2, 3, 5, 7, 7, 5, 3, 0, 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 0, 3, 1, 0, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 0, 1, 3, 0, 2, 3, 5, 7, 7, 5, 3, 0, 3, 3, 3, 2, 0, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 0, 3, 1, 3, 0, 2, 3, 5, 7, 7, 5, 3, 0. 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 0, 3, 1, 0, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2, 0, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2, 0, 0, 3, 4, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 3, 4, back to the top. 1, 0, 1, 3, 0, 2, 3, 5, 7, 7, 5, 3, 0, 3, 3, 3, 2, 0, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 0, 3, 1, 3, 0, 2, 3, 5, 7, 7, 5, 3, 0. 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 0, 3, 1, 0, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2, 0, 0, 0, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2, 0, 0, 0, 2, last ending. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2, 0, 0, 3, 4, 7, 5, 3, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so that's the end. And again, I would say because the song isn't particularly challenging in terms of ukulele skills, this is a great opportunity for you to be thinking about, hey, what do I need to do to really bring in the prettiest tones I can get in there? When I get to those tougher sections, I want to be able to look away, make sure my fingers are landing on the right measure. So I might want to put a little piece of highlighter up there just so that when I get done with my 5775, I can look up and my eyeballs will track naturally to the next idea. So maybe put a little bit of highlighter at measure 13 so your eyes will track there. I always say put some highlighter at the beginning of any first repeat. So at measure 16, I drop a line of highlighter along there so that I can, when I come up to that highlighter, I'm thinking, am I going to go in there? Because if I'm going to go in there, I have to repeat. And if I am not going to repeat, then I don't want to go into that 16 and 17. Same thing at measure 26 and 27. You need a little piece of highlighter right at the beginning of measure 26 so that you use your brain when you get to that moment. I had one little boy who just would not read repeats properly. So every time he'd read into a first repeat, I made him repeat. And we spent a lot of time playing 45-second songs that took him 5.5 minutes to play because he kept playing right into the first repeats. It's not that I'm a mean teacher. It's just I like little boys to know how to do it right. Okay, let's go into the tough acts. I don't think there's that much really here to talk about. Okay, so if you've been with us a while, you're like, I think I got this. So, well, let's play through it a couple of times. Let's play through it exactly like it's written, at least one time through, see how you do. Find those places where anything messy happens. As I was putting this together, I get so used to things going great for the first 10 or 15 measures, and then all of a sudden you're in a pickle of something that happens in the music that doesn't fit into the chords and all that. But this song, the whole way through, I was like, oh, that'll work. Oh, that'll work. Oh, that's nice. What a good idea, right? And it just sort of fell together pretty easily. And I know when that happens, it means that one, I'm dealing with writers who get it, like they're almost working in a traditional fashion where they want everything to work out well. They'd like people to sing the song, and if they do, and you'll do that more likely if you come in and make things line up properly and all that. So this is one of those songs. Okay, so we start off with your D minor. Get your D minor on. That's where we're starting. And the first so that's the first move. Dun, dun, one. That's how we're going to get that started. We'll play through it. I'll try to go nice and slow, give you a chance to be perfect the first time through. From the top. 1, 2, 1, oh. Ugh. Ah. I'm going to start again. I'm going to play this string instead of that string. Okay? From the top. 1, 2. The top. To the top. Two, three, four. Okay, beautiful. Okay, that's a good song. Now, let's talk about your choices. Okay, this is a song you can play super slow. Okay, we played it maybe on the fastish side. It's listed at 120. Ignore that. You can play this one at 80. You can play this one at 60, right? Don't think that you need to play this at any particular speed. Oh, my loving, da da dum dum da da dum. Okay, no reason why you have to play at any particular speed. Those of you boomers, I know, grew up with this stuff. It's important to you, but you do not have to do what John and Paul, no, not John and Paul, yeah, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, John and Paul. I have artists down the hallway that they paint religious art, and their names are John and Paul. And every time I'm like, that's kind of weird. And then we got John and Paul here. I got to keep all my Johns and Pauls straight. It's not weird. It's just an odd coincidence. Just because John and Paul did it at a certain speed does not mean you have to do it at that certain speed. You can do it at whatever speed you want to do it. You can do it at 10 times as fast or half as fast, whatever you feel like you can do that's going to make you feel like you're creating your version of this song. And so just know, while I get it, that there's, a hierarchy of things in your life, and John and Paul are pretty high up on that hierarchy. You don't have to do exactly what was on the album, and you shouldn't try. It doesn't fit on here. So slow it down, play it beautiful, let yourself have those full long tones, and it's going to be great. Okay, we're going to play it through one last time, and then we're going to call it a day. If you haven't subscribed, this is a great place to do that right now. Just click subscribe. The reason is that sometimes if I'm running behind getting stuff posted on Jolly Rider, you can just come straight to YouTube, click on my channel, and it will magically turn live. I always start this one first, and then go get that one, and then you're supposed to thumbs up it so that. I don't know why. Apparently, you're supposed to. All right, we're going to play it one more time. Thank you guys for all being here. Maybe I missed this late here today. Can you talk about the change in the C chords from 16 and 17 and other similar places? So 16 and 17. So there's two. So C chord, when you hold it here, you get a G chord, a G note, a C note, an E note, and another C note. Okay, that's your C chord. Sometimes I go ahead and do a double three here. Okay, and then I get a G chord, a C chord. I'm sorry, a G note, C note, G note, C note. Okay. What happens there is you get a much more solid, a little more punchy, a little bit more. You just throw out the third is what you're doing. And Joyce and I speak the same language. What we're doing is we're taking the E, which is the third note in the series. So the first, when you play a C chord, it's 1, 3, and 5. C, E, and G. Okay, we're just going to get rid of the E note. Okay, and then you get C, just C's and G's. What that does, gives it a real punchiness. It's a different style of C chord. Just as this is a C chord, there's this C chord. Okay, here's a C chord. Okay, they're all over the place. Some of them are better than others, but this two threes in a row with 0, 0, 3, 3 just gives it a lot of punch. And what it does, for those of you who have electric guitar in your background, it's that rock power chord, right? C, we get rid of the third on those chords, so we just have C and G, and they sound really, really punchy. They really put a lot of energy through to your amplifier. That's sort of what's going on here without the amp and without the guitar, which is both of those. Getting rid of both of those things is a good idea. So that's what's going on there, Joyce. It's just just one more way of playing a C chord. I've just dropped the C or dropped the E note on there, and if you want to put it back in, feel free to. You get it going from 16. You've got this open, open, 0, 3, and then just roll that down. And you get a much more powerful wrap up there. I think it's just a arranger decision. You could put a regular C chord there if you want, if you think it sounds better. Try it both ways and see which one works. All right, here we go. Here's our grand finale for the day. Grab your D minor. I played it pretty well the first time through. I'm not positive I want to risk it a second time, but let's do it. Let's do it. 1, 2. Let's start again. 1, 2. There we go. That's it. That's enough for today. Go home. That's your easier one for the week. Hopefully that's sounding really good on your ukulele. Hopefully everything's making sense on that, guys. I'll get emails back to you today, hopefully, and I will also. I'm going to repost this with the repeats correctly labeled up at the top left. Those obviously I added a measure or just subtracted one or something, so I'll clean those up for you so you have it. Hope you have a wonderful day, and now I gotta make Natalia, go away. Don't tell Natalia you yell at her. And you guys have a wonderful afternoon. I will see all of you tomorrow, hopefully. And thank you for being a part of this exciting experiment. We're gonna make great ukulele players all around the world, and let your friends know that you're doing this. By the way, June 1st, we're gonna start the introduction to ukulele cycle all over again. So if you know somebody who's bought a ukulele or you bought him a ukulele, have them start making plans for for June 1st to join in. We'll start with Frere Jacques and we'll just work our way all the way through there. So that's coming up as well. Thank you guys, those of you who have subscribed. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot that you're supporting this idea, and we'll keep it going as long as you're willing to be. As long as everybody's willing to keep this thing going, we'll keep it going. So have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves, and have a lovely, lovely day. Let me see. Did I miss anybody? Oh gosh, a whole bunch of people jumped up. Let's see. Where did we leave off? Okay. All right, Kathy, have a wonderful day. There we are, Fran. Awesome to see you. Have a great day. Joyce, power chords are so much a part of this style. I just wanted to point it out. That's a good point, right, Joyce? They metal, electric guitars, and an amplifier. It is what makes being a teenage boy worth living. Yeah, never knew what a power chord is. Yeah, it's just the first and the fifth, Lynn. Just first and fifth. That's a power chord. For piano players, it's this. Right? For guitar players, they have to do certain things, but usually it's easier, and you'd skip a few strings, that sort of thing. Let's see, Louise. Great, good to see you, Louise. Have a wonderful day, Laurel. P.S. I nominate Neil Diamond Week. Oh, I got to do a Neil Diamond Week. I know my dad was a huge Neil Diamond fan. We used to have sat and spun LPs all the time for him. Renee, be good. Kat, love to see you. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Lynn, take care of yourself. Red. I know, right, Red? Greg, be good, Greg. Have a great week, Joyce, or a great night, Joyce. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Annie, be good. Lynn, Neil Diamond, yes. Sweet Caroline, red wine. Those are the two that jumped to mind right off the bat. That's great. Thanks, Vicky. Elizabeth, thank you. I'll see you soon. I will be reading. I'm reading your emails, Elizabeth. Just haven't been able to write them back. Pauline, I'll talk to you later. Phyllis, have a great day. Thank you for being here. Jerry, wonderful. Thank you for being here. Brandon, you're the man. Leslie, I'll see you soon. Jackie, thanks for being here. Jacqueline. I think you're cool either way, right? Guilherme. Obrigado. Guilherme, I love that name. I'm gonna copy that down. That's what I'm gonna name my kid. Barbara, have a great day. Lanny, see you tomorrow. Guys, thanks for everything. Have a wonderful day. I'm gonna end the stream.